What is a Barbie doll to you? To me, a Barbie doll reminds me of playing and crafting and making up storylines in my doll room, which house the hundreds of dolls that my mom and I have collected over the years. In this doll room, I would make up storylines, and in these storylines, I always wanted the main character to be the prettiest Barbie doll. To me, the prettiest Barbie doll was this blonde-haired, blue-eyed doll, but I felt obligated to make the Asian-looking one the main character. And that's because my mom would tell me how she and thousands of girls who grew up before 2016 would have given anything for a Barbie doll that looked like them. Back in my mom's day, Barbie dolls looked like this, and this. But they were marketed as these perfectly petite and beautiful dolls, and Barbie was marketed as this perfect character whom all little girls should aspire to be and look like. The bulk of them looked like that from 1959, which was when the first Barbie doll was released, to the 2010s. If you didn't look like that, you might think you're not beautiful, and you might even start to feel invisible, because if you looked like my mom, you didn't see yourself in the government, the workplace, the media, or even in a toy. Barbie failed to keep up with the growing Asian American, African American, and Hispanic communities within the US. And as a result, angry parents started boycotting Mattel in the early 2010s, calling for representation. After losing 1/3 of their potential sales from 2013 to 2015, Mattel had to do something different. So in 2016, which happened to be the year I started playing with Barbie dolls, they released a new line called the Fashionistas, with more body types, hair colors, hairstyles, and skin tones. Today, there are 4 body types called the original, curvy, tall, and petite, and a variety of traits that consumers can choose from. Barbies also come with vitiligo, prosthetics, wheelchairs, hearing aids, Down syndrome, and more. Because of Mattel, I, along with thousands of girls my age, got to grow up being indifferent to black, white, or Asian Barbie dolls, because in my eyes, in our eyes, all Barbies were beautiful. So, after Mattel's sales skyrocketed once they released these dolls, my mom and I figured this must mean that the world's beauty standards were changing, and we were starting to embrace the differences between people and find them beautiful too. So, when I got to 7th grade at the Avery Coonley School, I used the opportunity of a science fair to test our hypothesis. For my experiment, I sent out a survey, which ended up reaching 159 respondents. In the survey, I asked respondents to create a Barbie doll they would want to buy by selecting their ideal Barbie's traits. These were my results. For hair color, the most popular hair color was blonde, followed by brown, any dyed hair color, black, ginger, platinum blonde, and then any other hair colors that were on the survey. 25% of the respondents preferred the caramel skin tone, but overall, 70% of the respondents preferred a lighter skin tone. The 2 most popular eye colors were brown and blue, but blue ended up being the ideal eye color. For the face mold, which is how the Barbie's facial structure looks, the most popular one was Millie, which is easily the most well-known, recognizable, and popular, and is often seen on blonde-haired, blue-eyed Barbies. Finally, almost half of the respondents wanted the original body type, then curvy, tall, and petite. When you put all of those traits together, you get this, the ideal Barbie doll. Could we make the conclusion that some things never change? Maybe. Could we make the conclusion that I just reached a ton of blonde-haired, blue-eyed people and they wanted to see themselves in a Barbie doll? Maybe. So, in preparation for this speech, I sent out another survey. This was the ideal Barbie doll from that survey. This is the Juan Gabriel doll, except my mom had to Photoshop in the green eyes because there isn't a doll that matches all of the features they chose in the 2024 data. Coincidentally, this is a recent product and sold out the day after its release. In addition to the old survey, I added one more question to better understand what goes through the consumer's minds when they're choosing which Barbie doll they want to buy. Why did you select the traits you selected for your ideal Barbie doll? 43 respondents selected those traits because they personally found them attractive. Next, those traits were unique, and consumers want to buy a Barbie doll that isn't already in their collection. Third and fourth, because those traits make the doll look like the person who filled out the survey or who they would buy the Barbie doll for. Fifth, because that's the iconic version of Barbie. Sixth, because those traits are more diverse and inclusive. And finally, because those traits match current beauty standards. So have things changed? Have our mindsets as consumers truly grown and evolved to embrace the diversity and representation we've been provided with? If you use my answers as a proxy, the answer is not really, no. While the 2024 version of the Barbie that was created in my survey shifted away from the iconic look of Barbie, it still embraced more of the classic beauty standards, such as a slimmer body type and Caucasian features like lighter skin tones or green and blue eyes. But change takes time, and we have to applaud Mattel for leading us in this direction and being an agent for change and growth. Because I grew up seeing myself reflected in the dolls I played with in my doll room, I felt seen, and I felt that my attributes were embraced. Most of all, I felt that people who looked like me could be beautiful too, and that's no small thing. Thank you.